Good morning and welcome to another look at our summertime favourites. And I want to join in with those who've looked at their favourite psalm. And the psalm I've chosen is Psalm 16, one of David's psalms, one of the many ones written by King David. And the title is a miktam of David, an obscure word in Hebrew that really seems to mean a golden psalm, a psalm written when in peril. That's interesting because these psalms, so many, were not written in a luxurious study with a comfortable armchair. They were written in the battle, a psalm faced by the enemy, fightings without, fears within, like many of us may be today. So let's have a look at this psalm, the psalm of one who has his affections centered in God. The first half, verses 1 to 6, talk about a chosen loyalty, faithful servant, choosing God. And then verses 7 to 11, the blessings that come from it, a faithful Lord. And David chooses God in the middle of the battle. Keep me safe, O God, verse 1. Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. Do you need safety today? Do you need a refuge to come to? We can run to him. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and they are safe. And this safety isn't an escape from difficulty. It enables us to take refuge, to face all that comes, confidently knowing that God is with us. And throughout this psalm, David expresses his devotion to God. He says, I said to the Lord, verse 2, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing. He says, Lord, apart from you, I have nowhere else to go. You are the one. I've thrown my lot in with you. I'm trusting you, and I know that you'll not let me down. And this faithfulness is also connected with the ones that he engages with. Verse 3, as for the saints in the land, they are the glorious ones in whom is all my delight. The godly man is drawn to others of similar thoughts. He chooses to be with those who share their love for God. In Spanish, in Spain, I used to work in Spain for a good number of years with mission and rehab and teaching. And one of the Spanish sayings is, tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. Our life, our devotion, expressed in those we choose to spend our time with. I'm drawn to the saints in the land. And here, sainthood, it's not something that's bequeathed by ecclesiastical authority, not something that's given in the honours list, New Year's honours list. It's a devotion to God, expressing a love for him, a desire for noble things. Keep me safe, O God. In you I take refuge, only you. I love to be with those that sing God's praise, he says, the noble-hearted. I don't like being those who are idolatrous. The sorrows of those will increase who run after other gods. He says, no, idolatry, in whatever form it is, brings multiplied sorrows. I'm not going that way. My ambition is with God. You have assigned my portion and my cup, verse 5. You have made my lot secure. God is my final security, a delightful security, and I've chosen you. How about us? What is the highest priority in our agenda? Who are the ones we're looking to? Who do we like to be with? Who is the one that we trust when thinking of eternal issues, when thinking of the end, when thinking of fighting temptations? Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. Then in the second part of the psalm, we have some of the particulars of this inheritance, this delightful inheritance, which is God himself. Verse 7, I praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night my heart instructs me. Even at night, he says, this isn't talking about worry, about waking up and our mind pinging into activity. It's talking about facing hard facts with God at our side. And then that lovely verse 8, that really, I think, is central, pivotal. to the man who loves God, to the woman who's following God. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Let's look at that for just a second. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Look at that. The Lord is always before me, and he is at my right hand. Amazing. Surrounded with God's care and love. I have set the Lord always before me. He is my example to follow. He is my file leader, the pioneer who goes ahead. I meditate on him and on his word. Devoted to him, to look to his way of doing things. What would Jesus do? I have set the Lord. That's a decision. I have set the Lord always before me, and because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. He is at my right hand like a defendant in court, standing by our side. He is at my right hand like a mighty man in battle, protecting me, fighting with me. I shall not be shaken. The man who chooses God as his inheritance has a marvelous blessing. I will praise the Lord. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. And you know, the blessing that comes from loving God, they don't only begin in this life. We're glad in his presence. We rejoice in his love, but he won't let me down, because you will not abandon me to the grave, nor will you let the Holy One, your Holy One, see decay. Walking with God, he won't abandon us. God won't abandon me through or after death. Death isn't the end for the believer. We walk with him into eternity. You have made known to me the path of life. You fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Joy, pleasures. You have made known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. That's why I love this psalm. It's the psalm of a man who loves God, a woman who loves God in the midst of the battle, faced with peril. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. This is the psalm for the battlefield. It's the psalm for the night of doubt. It's the psalm to be read when facing difficulty, when fears beset us, when the enemy attacks. We set the Lord before us. He will never leave us. He has shown to us the path of life, and he will fill us. He does fill us with joy in his presence, eternal pleasures at your right hand. A life filled with joy, not a life free from struggle, but a life filled with joy in the presence of God. Psalm 16, a golden psalm. I hope that very rushed walk through the psalm was a blessing to us this morning. Why not read it again and make it your own? Have a good day.